Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo, I see you, and it's almost Christmas. The album! Oh, I forgot my YouTube famous part. Hold on a second. I'm YouTube I don't know what this is. Famous now. Available in 2020. The album. The Christmas album. Don't cry. I can't today. Anyway, excuse me. All I want for Christmas is you. I am such a Mariah Carey, you better watch out. I'm coming for your gig. I sound just like Mariah Carey. I sound just like Mariah Carey, don't I? How are you guys doing today? Happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday. If you watch my vlog, which some people say is like a podcast, they just listen to it and drive around, do all their errands and stuff. But anyway, I sometimes on Fridays, I say, thank God it's Friday. Did you ever see that movie with Donna Summer back in the day? Oh, I love that movie so much. Okay, now today we're going to talk about boys and girls of drama class. Are you here for drama class? Do you have your Scantron pencil? Do you have your number 2, well, your Scantron pencil. Do you have your number 2 Scantron pencil? Back in the day when we used to have to take those Scantron tests, you know, the state tests to see how smart you are compared to everybody else. Listen, I couldn't pass any of my classes, okay, but I always like scored off the charts in those tests, and then my mom would say, well, see, it says he's smart, but he just doesn't get good grades. But my favorite part of those tests, do you remember those tests? Was that I would bring a book, because I love to read. See, now I'm into the cozy mysteries right now. But I would bring a book, and then when I got done with my test, then I could sit there and I could just read for the rest of class. Because, like, you know, everybody else would be sitting there filling out their Scantrons. Those Scantrons were so stupid, weren't they? Anyway. All right, let's get into today's video. But before I do you guys know about my... Listen, okay, you should all buy your boyfriends and husbands some lip gloss for Christmas from Lunar Beauty, okay? I think old Manny should cut me a deal. If I can get everybody out there to buy their boyfriends and husbands a Celine lip gloss for Christmas, don't you think, like, I should get a discount code or something, all right? Not a discount code, but I should get, like, an affiliate code or something. I talk about this stuff all the time, but it is, I swear to you, it is the best lip gloss in the entire world. Okay, so anyway, not sponsored, but I do have to say this before I get into what I was going to talk about with the fakes, that I am loving that the boyfriends and the husbands are like doing cameo or getting cameos for their girlfriends and their wives. It means so much to me, and it's so cute because you guys are like, I watch your videos with my wife or with my girlfriend, and you guys actually send me videos of you talking, which is so endearing and it's so cool, and I love that. So if you're looking for a special Christmas present for your loved one, why not a cameo from yours truly, okay? And my cameos are like anywhere from like 4 to 6 minutes long. I'm not like those other people that do 30-second cameos. Mine are long, okay? You get a lot. You get a lot of bang for your buck. Anyway, and also, why not a good Judy t-shirt? Or how about, what's my other I can't even think of what my own merch says. But anyway, why not some Peter Monn merch for Christmas? I think all those things make fantastic Christmas presents. And if you want something for free, why not just recommend one of my 6 channels? Today, I reviewed the Raspberry Praline, what was it called? The Raspberry Praline something. It was this special drink that the baristas at Starbucks made, and it was so good. Go check it out on my review channel. All right, anyway, we're going to talk about Shane Dawson today. Now, Shane Dawson, I gotta get my reading glasses on. He has decided to come back to the Instagram, okay? And I thought it was interesting because if you don't know, Shane Dawson, like myself, has his own Reddit thread. My Reddit thread is called The Good Judies, okay? His is just called Shane Dawson. And so I saw on here that somebody said, yeah, he's for sure seen what he can get away with right now. And then somebody said SHI took over it. And they posted this picture, which I'm going to post the pictures up because he put a thread of pictures up on the Instagram. So let's talk about all of the pictures that Shane Dawson put up. Shane Dawson. That's my Sean Connery. Hi, Bond. James Bond. Anyway, let's put up here and see what... Shane Dawson, what he was talking about on here. So he put up this what do you call it, picture of him, and it says, first time leaving the house in a long time, thanks for the face mask, Trisha Paytas, and it's Trisha Paytas on the face mask, okay? Then the next one is, I'm putting these up here somewhere, the Blood Money palette, okay, and he says, congrats, Jeffree Star, on this beautiful piece. Then he said, and thank you for all the PR you've sent this year, knowing that I probably wasn't going to post about it, but you are posting about it. So, I don't know if anybody cares, but anyway, getting these packages the last few months always makes my day and lifts my spirits. Love you, Jeffree Star. And then he said, oh, and by the way, and here he's taking a picture. And then he put effing orb, right? Or just the flash on your camera. Conspiracy theory much? I don't know. Here's a conspiracy theory. Are you going to use it to do a makeup look on your Shane Glosson channel? I'm still waiting. Okay. Then he put, Kay, gonna decorate the other tree. Hope you guys are having a good week. And he put this little tree up. And then he said, I screenshot that twice. Then he said, sorry, last post. I just had to show you the Mario star and this little Mario star on top of the tree. And then he put up, I'm not going to show this one, is the thumbnail of Ryland's video. It says 10,000 calories. And he said, I edited this video for Ryland and I'm really proud of it. Check it out. Ryland Adams, who, didn't he win an award for Vlogger of the Year for his original content? Did a video of eating 10,000 calories in a day. I think every mukbanger in the world has done that video, Vlogger of the Year, just saying. Okay, so anyway, he edited that for Ryland, and that looks real cool. And let's see what Ryland ate here. It looks like he ate French fries and pizza and burgers and McDonald's and quarter pounders with cheese and Big Macs and Kentucky Fried Chicken and donuts and all kinds of things. So he apparently just Vlogger of the Year. All right, let's get into this video, and you guys, well, we already did. That's the video. What do you guys think about that? Hey, Shane's back. So anyway, that was real exciting, wasn't it? That took about a minute and a half to get through all that. All right, so let's go over here to the Reddit and see what people had to say about this, because I was kind of surprised. I thought the Shane fans would just be eating this up, because I have noticed recently that the pendulum is kind of switching back. Hold on a second, I need a sip of my Christmas coffee, my Christmas cup. Don't be jealous. That's what I do in my time off. I just sit around here. I can't do both at the same time. Can you do that? It's like, what is that thing you're supposed to tap your nose and do this or something like that? I can't do all that. Listen, I barely passed the 3rd grade. So anyway, but I've been noticing the pendulum switch back the other way, okay? And I really truly believe that Shane Dawson is kind of like waiting this out, you know, like snow days, you just kind of waiting for the blizzard to pass. And I think it might work for Shane. I really do. I guess I thought I did until I went over and I read this Reddit thread. Now, if you read this Reddit thread 6 months ago, what you would find is one person after another just professing their undying love for Shane Dawson. What's interesting now is that he's not getting the same kind of comments. People are not happy with Shane over on, and these are his fans, okay? This is the Shane Dawson Reddit. So they posted a picture of the him wearing the mask, and it says, yeah, he's for sure seeing what he can get away with right now. Kind of seeing if, like, him coming out and putting, you know, pictures up on Instagram. This is now, like, he did this a couple days ago, or a week ago, and now he's done it again. And then the time he did it before was supporting Ryland on his podcast. The last one that he did was Trisha Paytas being on Ryland's podcast talking about Shane, and he thought that was real funny. And so people are speculating, is he kind of like feeding a little bit out here and there to see what he can get away with, right? So that's what they're saying that he's doing, that he's trying to see how much he can get away with, to see if people are ready for him to come back and whatever. So let's hear what the people had to say. Someone said, now I will tell you there's a little bit of infighting that goes on in here, okay? Not over words, not over Shane. Someone said, I honestly find his precious, delicate little flower act so ingratiating. I'm so fragile. I hope you guys don't mind me posting this. Sorry, last post. Okay, actually last post. Okay, seriously, last post. And then someone said, same. It's so obnoxious. And then this person says, I think you mean irritating or infuriating. Ingratiating means you're trying to please someone. Those two. But yes, I completely agree. Seeing his smug face when he tries this act makes me mad. And someone said, ingratiate means to establish oneself or someone else in the favor of good graces of someone else, especially by deliberate effort, which I think is exactly what they were trying to say, that he is seemingly always trying to appeal to his audience's emotions in order to ingratiate himself with them. In other words, manipulation. So let's further go on and read. Someone said, this is a long one. At this point, this is exactly what I expect from him. He'll pull a Jeffrey and come back on YouTube as if nothing happened. This actually was posted to like 20 hours ago, and it has 364 up likes on it. He'll pull a Jeffrey and come back on YouTube as if nothing happened. What truly makes me sick is the millions of people who will allow him to get away with it and return to worshiping and idolizing him, attacking any valid criticism by labeling it as hate or negativity. They'll tell anyone trying to get justification for Shane's actions to just stop following him and watching his videos if they bother them so much, without realizing how brainwashed they sound. At the end of the day, these people truly don't care. They've justified his actions in their head just as Shane has done in his, and so anyone who believes otherwise is a hater. Everyone sharing their stories and disappointment with Shane will amount to nothing. He wins because he has that cult following him who will always keep him afloat with what matters most to him, money. He will never, ever own up to his actions, especially when the only people who have the power to bring attention onto him again, James or Tati, have retreated and will probably never talk about the scandal again. Wisely. It would be very wise of James not to. Tati, she probably will again at some point. The only way he might address, and I didn't think I would say that back in the day, but Tati she's saying stuff now. The only way he might address this again would be if he ever effed up even more with something else, which led to his past being dug up again. Other than that, I've given up hope that he'll face... Okay, it goes on and on and on. Someone said, I'm just worried about the sub turning back into the Shane can do no wrong sub once he starts posting again, which is what this subreddit was about before. And someone said, I called it 4 months ago. Shortly after, I was like, no, that's silly. I shouldn't have predicted that, but it's getting more and more likely. Someone said, and this one has 2 awards on it, boo-hoo, poor me, I didn't leave the house for a long time. Boo-hoo, edit, thanks for my first award ever, they said. Okay, and then this person responded and said, in asterisks, multi-million-dollar house. And then someone said, yeah, like he can just walk around an unoccupied area of his mansion or walk around his acres of private land, LMAO. Someone said, I was just flying around in Google Earth in the Beverly Hills area where all these estates are, and holy Jesus, are these people spoiled. I would never leave my house if I lived in one of those houses. It was really cool, but it also made my humble Midwestern... Hey, Midwestern! Whoa, 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 whoa. Here, welcome to the Midwest, where we live on top of each other. And right down the street, and that street, and that street, there are strip malls everywhere. Oh, and basically a Kroger on every corner. Someone said, don't feel too bad. Living in that area means you're surrounded by other spoiled rich people. I mean, I'm sure some of them are nice, but could you imagine the neighborhood gossip in an area like that? They have enough land to never even meet their neighbors. It goes on. Okay. Someone said, he is fishing for sympathy and still kissing Jeffree Star's ASS at the same time. He truly doesn't see what he did wrong and has not learned his lesson. I used to think, I think it's interesting. Don't you guys think it's interesting that he's still like posting, like, okay, there's all this controversy over this stuff, right? Number one. Number two, the conspiracy palette is literally being found in TJ Maxx's all over Europe right now, okay? Number three, he and Jeffree's friendship has not done him any favors, okay? And Jeffree Star is not really coming to his defense a whole lot. A couple times, but not really. And number four, yet he is still pushing this and being like, thank you for sending it to me even though you knew I wouldn't post it on my Instagram. Jeffree Star's not stupid. I mean, he probably thought, if you do post it, it's not going to do me any favors. You know what I mean? Okay. It's so interesting to me that last year at this time, I mean, how much can change in a year? I remember hearing Adele on the Grammys when she won. And she was talking about how a year before, it was like, you know, for her first album that she put out, when she said like a year before she was in the studio recording that album and a year later she was winning all these awards. And she was like, how much can change in a year? Do you guys remember, it was last year at this time that everybody wanted their hands on that conspiracy palette and stuff and blah, 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 blah. And this is where it cracks me up when people are like, you're still bitter because you didn't get the PR. Yeah. I'm real bitter. Let me rush over to a TJ Maxx. But anyway, and I actually did get the PR kit, all of it, after somebody called Shane out for it. And I gave the entire thing to somebody that watches my channel. And she was very happy with it at the time. I don't know what she's done with it since. I don't care, quite frankly. I still love her, but I haven't noticed her posting a whole bunch of looks right now. But she is expecting very, very soon, so congratulations, you know who you are. But anyway, it's interesting to see that, like, just a year ago, we were, like, everybody, we were, I don't know, not me. We were all so excited, like, the whole world was waiting. They couldn't wait to get their hands on a conspiracy palette and all this kind of stuff. And a year later, nobody wants it, right? Interesting, interesting. Someone said, he is fishing for sympathy, blah, blah, blah. I used to think Jeffree was a toxic friend and a bad influence on Shane, and that was the reason he isn't friends with good influences like Drew and Garrett. Now I just realized that Jeffree and Shane are both equally horrible. Woo! okay, this is not me, I'm just reading it, birds of a feather. Someone said that not nice things. Someone, can we start betting on how long he'll ride the poor victim me train? I think a year or two at least. Definitely longer if you counting his annoying. I'm so anxious to okay, it goes on and on. Someone said, God, I hope he addresses why he's really been in hiding and doesn't act like he chose to take time off. Someone said, edit, I know this looks bad on my part since I posted 2 most recent Insta stories of his, but I literally just happened to be on my Instagram as he posted this. Someone said, this woe is me attitude is so freaking upsetting. Someone said the hearts and the smiley faces on every single one of his damn stories makes me feel so uncomfortable. Am I supposed to feel bad for him? Because I don't, LOL. Someone responded and said, did he even do that before everything went down? Like, he's had this empath image for ages, but the amount of effing emojis and hearts and SHI took coming from him is so icky. And it goes on, they talk about unfollowing him. I unfollowed him after the whole conspiracy launch because it was clogging my feed, my mass marketing, LOL. Someone said, I don't even watch his content anymore, but got it. Okay, he doesn't give a SHI toot. Right, he's acting like this is something he chose to do and that he's suffering more than everyone. You want to take accountability? Then start by being accountable. I agree. Someone said, I feel the same way. I wonder what BS he has in store for next year. So then someone said, so his something is to cling on to Trisha, Rylan, and Morgan and push them. Okay, someone said he should have just stayed inside. Someone said, dude, he for real acts like he is so poor and never leaves his house because goes, I mean, people are just literally coming for him, you guys. It is not pretty. Someone said he has all that money. Okay, someone said, I am so PO'd. People shouldn't let him come back. When he made his BS apology video, he said he was willing to lose everything and then act like it. They called him the B word. I know these people they are cussing 25 cents in the cuss jar. I've had it. The back row, y'all failed the test. Get out. I mean, these people are just literally, they are done with him. Shane didn't leave the house before either. I mean, that's a good point. He didn't. Great look for him. He should cover his face like that more often. Somebody said that wasn't very nice. Someone said the only thing we can do is not play into his tactics and watch his new. Someone said in a effing Trisha mask. I mean, you guys, I'm editing these. It's so hard not to like... Someone said, why the hell hasn't he hired a PR firm? These attempts are so misguided that it's clear he hasn't. But I think it sadly would be pretty easy to rehab his image with a good PR representative. He could afford, and also it would do much better job at ensuring his future success. Income then. I'll tell you, okay, here, you want some free PR advice after reading all of those? Listen. You know, I was talking about this with Daniel Preda's video the other day. Daniel Preda did this Q&A. It's actually very well done. And he says in there that he's an open book. And I started watching. I was like, oh, yeah, girl, all these people say they're open books. But no, he really is an open book in it. And I thought he did a fantastic job. I love Q&As anyway, right? Q&As and hauls are my two all-time favorite videos on YouTube. So I'm watching this, and somebody's asking him about all this kind of like problematic behavior or whatever. And he's like, I just don't understand why people can't just like own the problematic ways and say, hey, listen, I effed up and move on, right? Like, it really, like, I have gone back and forth over this since this all started happening with Shane. And I've been like, you know, like, and y'all know I'm kind of just done at this point anyway, right? But for the people that are undecided out there, what could he do to like regain his, you know, career back? I think it would be, he doesn't have to put out some huge documentary. I think PewDiePie was completely wrong about that, you know? I think that what he could do is he could literally get in a video, no Rylan, nobody, okay? Just, I don't know, sitting in his bedroom or on his couch or whatever, and literally could somebody just turn on a camera, like I say, reach over, turn it on, and legit be genuine and authentic, and say, you guys, I have worked so hard, I'm bitter, I'm PO'd, because I don't really think that what I'm being held to, like, I still don't see it, which is why I'm taking the next 6 months off, and I'm going to go work with a counselor, or I'm going to go sit down with a therapist or a life coach or somebody and say, I don't see what I did wrong here. I don't know why everybody's coming for me, and I don't see what's wrong with all of this. But I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry that I disappointed you, and I'm sorry that I made you disillusioned, and you think I'm manipulative, and I'm really going to take an honest look at that. And then in 6 months from today, I will come back and let you guys know where I'm at, and I will let you know the work that I've done, and hopefully I can see what I didn't see before, and maybe I'll have grown as a person, I can hope, and maybe some of you will regain faith in me again, and maybe I can regain faith in myself and seeing how I need to grow, and I am going to come back to YouTube because I love YouTube, and I love making videos on YouTube, and if you guys follow me, you follow me, and if you don't, you don't, but that's where I'll be for the next 6 months, because here's the problem, okay? Is that people think that he's just been sitting on a couch, not doing anything, helping Rylan edit his videos and doing other stuff behind the scenes. And in all actuality, that's probably exactly what he has been doing. Because very much like Jeffree Star, I don't think Shane Dawson really thinks he did anything wrong or there is anything wrong. And whether he did and there's any truth to that or not, or whether it's old news or whether it's from 10 years ago, does he still need to take a look at why at one point that was okay and talk to somebody and work on himself? I mean, I said this with the Jeffree Star thing. You know, one of the things I don't understand is that, like, if I had unlimited resources and 6 months to a year to just... I would be in wellness retreats. I would be like talking to a counselor 5 days a week. I mean, I would be like working with a nutritionist and, you know, like, I don't know, like a physical therapist. And I mean, I would be like, I would want to like do everything. I like eat that stuff up. Hell, on my Peterisms channel right now, we're doing the magic book of 28 days of gratitude. I eat that stuff up, okay? I love working on myself. This is the only person that we've been given in our life. You. You're the only you you're ever going to have. Me. I'm the only me I'm ever going to have. Why would you just sit back and wait for this stuff to pass and be like, well, it's not me, it's not me, it's not me. You're given one of the greatest opportunities in your life. This is an opportunity for growth, okay? You have all the money in the world to do it, and yet you choose not to do it. Like, that speaks more volume to me than anything else, right? That really says there's no growth that I can gain from this. Well, there's a lot of people that are telling you they would like to see that. You know, there have been moments in my life where I've had to look back and say, well, I'm not that person today, because you hear that a lot in these YouTube apology videos. You know, there have been moments in my life when I look back at something and I go, well, that's not who I am today. But that doesn't mean that I don't need to do inventory and evaluation and look at why did I think that was okay at that time? And how did that person get me to where I'm at now? And what occurred to make me change into the person that I am now? And will I look back down the road at the person I am today and say to myself, well, I'm not that person anymore. I'm ever evolving. I'm ever changing, right? Well, who do I want to be? And if I want to be something different, then I have to look at that and I have to see who am I today and who was I yesterday? You know, so that we continue to grow. It's not, you don't just sit on a couch in a robe and think that change is going to occur. Like, it doesn't work that way, you know? I think he really could repair his relationship with his audience. I really do think that he could repair his reputation. But A, he's going to have to just get super, super honest and admit that he's screwed up, and B, that he doesn't see it, and that's B, and C, that he's going to work on it and then come back. But if he's going to release some video and say, like, hey, this is where I've been and whatever, like, this to me is evidence that he hasn't. So he's been gone for, what, 3 or 4 months now, and we still haven't seen any change in him? I don't know. It's really sad to me. I really think, you know, like... And I don't think that he's a horrible person. I don't, you know. I think that all of these people have goodness inside of them. I really do, and I want that for all of these people. I want them to have the best lives possible. But that doesn't mean, I mean, you know, like, we all take the things in our life that have happened to us or the things that we've done and we turn them into, you know, or the experiences we've had or, you know, the tragedies in our life, and we turn those into learning experiences. We turn our wounds into wisdom, and we try to learn and we try to grow from that. I would hope, you know, I would hope that for everybody in my personal life and on YouTube and people that I watch and everything, you know. And I know that people are like, when you say that, that's crap. Well, why would I wish any less for somebody, you know? But the awareness, I always say this, like on my Peterisms channel, I talk a lot about this, that awareness is the first step. You have to be aware of what the real issue is. For Shane to have this wake-up moment where he's like, yeah, and I don't see it either. I don't really see that I did anything wrong. And that was who I was 10 years ago. I'm not that person today. Well, I don't know. Maybe explain what happened in that 10 years to change you. Maybe explain where you're at now and what you're doing to reflect on all of that and who you want to be going forward. And yeah, I do think he owes that to his audience, because his audience has invested a lot of time and money and energy on supporting him. So that's why I always say I'm so thankful for each of you out there that watches me and watches my videos, and I really, really appreciate it, and it means a lot to me because you guys invest a lot of time, you know, and a lot of you have bought merch of mine and cameos and things like that, and I really, really appreciate it. It means the world to me, and I love you guys. Let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section below. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.